Okay, today we're going to discuss about NAT and PAT, Network Address Translation and Port Address Translation. Okay, let's see what's the meaning of Network Address Translation. NAT. NAT stands for Network Address Translation. It's a network technique that translates private IP into public IP addresses before sending traffic to the internet. It enables multiple devices within private network to share limited number of public addresses. Okay, let's see what is PAT. PAT stands for Port Address Translation. It maps multiple private IP addresses to single public IP using different port numbers. It's also called a special type of dynamic network address translation, many-to-one. The other network address translation, which is dynamic network address translation, it is many-to-many. So port address translation, it's called special type of dynamic network address translation because it allows many devices to be translated by one public IP address. That's why it's called many-to-one. Let's see the differences between NAT and PAT. We have NAT and PAT. NAT stands for Network Address Translation. PAT stands for Port Address Translation. NAT, it translates private IP addresses into public IP addresses. PAT maps private IP to single public IP using different port numbers. NAT can be static, one-to-one, or dynamic, many-to-many. But PAT, it is a special type of dynamic NAT, many-to-one. That means many devices can be connected using single port number as we use different port numbers. It requires multiple NAT. It requires multiple public IPs for dynamic NAT. But in PAT, we only use single public IP to connect different public devices. In NAT, it does not modify port numbers, but PAT, it uses modify port numbers to differentiate connections. NAT is less efficient if public IP is unmatched. But with PAT, it is more efficient. It allows multiple devices to share one IP, public IP. We have NAT. NAT, it is used for hosting web server with dedicated public IP. But with PAT, it is used at home or office network sharing internet connection. You feel me? NAT, network address translation. The networking technique. It is a networking technique that translates private IP into public IP addresses before sending traffic to the internet. It enables multiple devices within a private network to share limited number of public IP addresses. What is the purpose of NAT? What is the purpose of network address translation? First, we have IP address conservation. Helps to conserve public IP version 4 addresses by allowing multiple private IPs to share single public IP. Second, it is for security purpose. It hides internal private IP addresses from internet, adding a layer of security. Third, network flexibility allows private networks to use any IP range without conflicting with other networks. Okay, we have the fourth point, enables internet access. Devices with private IPs can access internet through NAT. So you can see NAT is very important. Which one is most commonly used? In real world organizations, port address translation is more commonly used than NAT because efficient IP utilization. It allows multiple internal devices to share single public IP addresses, which is essential due to limited availability of IP version for addresses. Second, it is cost effective. PAT is cost effective. Organizations avoid the need of purchase multiple public IPs, use a single IP for outbound traffic. By using single IP for outbound traffic, you get that in PAT. You have the third one, security benefit. PAT hides internal IP addresses, reducing the risks of direct attack on internal devices. You can see how important that is. You have the fourth point, scalability. Since organizations may have hundreds of thousands of internal devices, PAT efficiently manages outbound connections without exhausting public IP resources. You feel me? Okay, when to use NAT and when to use PAT. We use NAT when we have multiple public IPs and you need dedicated translations. But we use PAT when we have only one public IP and you need to save multiple private devices. You can see that. Okay, thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share the video. If you first time, make sure you subscribe. I'm done. I'm done.